You're constantly putting it out there, declaring that this is the vision for your life. I am, right? Oh, I have some more to say about this, actually. It's like the conscious language around I'll get back to that. But the more you talk about it, the more quickly it comes to you. If you're always hiding it inside because you're worried about other people's negative energy affecting it, that energetically does not put out that you are all in with your vision, right? And then along those lines, what about all of the good energy that people are going to put towards it? And I can almost guarantee you that there's going to be far more positive energy that people are going to give you around this than negative. So if anything, people are going to impact your vision. People are going to affect it positively. They want this stuff for you too. Your friends, your family, they should all want the best for you. Chances are they do. And so, one, they're going to energetically be lifting you up into that position of that powerful position of your vision. And two, what if you are explaining your vision? For me, like I said, my vision, I tell everybody, because who knows who I'm going to meet. I meet somebody at a bar and I talk to them about vision. And yes, I'm that person that at the party while everyone's drunk and doing their thing, I'm like having a serious conversation in the corner of the bar, like, okay, but what's your vision? And what do you think about like God and the universe and this and that? But, sorry, what was I saying about that? The more you talk, so when you talk about what it is that you want, the more people you talk about it with, you have no idea who you're going to come across and who's going to have the perfect opportunity for you. And there you go. Here, the universe, the universe, one of the many ways that the universe will just give you what you're asking for. Oh, you declared it and you're declaring it to the world. Here you go on a silver platter. Can't tell you how many times this has happened to me, you guys. There's a whole episode on this. My last episode, I believe, was all about the things that I've directly manifested from this course and from my life. And like this job opportunity was only one of them, and it wasn't even the most crazy one. So I want to come back to what I had just thought about before, which was the conscious language around your vision. So this is definitely an important part of creating your vision because language matters. So the language you use, so I did talk about the I am statement, talked about how powerful that is. So your vision does not need to start with I am, but there are a few like kind of rules or recommendations that I would give you. So either start it with I am, or some people say to be. So like my vision is to be this person. For me, I like to say I am because it's the present moment. Because when you're saying like, even when you're saying like to be, it does sound like a little bit like it's something here and I need to go get it. For me, I am, or like this is my life. I am this right now, right here, right now, because the present is all that exists. The future does not exist. And if your vision is that, like, one thing to totally avoid is I want to be this. I want to have my life like this. That totally puts it, out of arm's reach. Even if it's within arm's reach, it's still not here. Because this vision, this way of being is already inside of you. It's all possible. And not to stray too far, but I totally believe that there's a multiverse, like in Spider-Man, where all of the different possibilities of reality exist at the same time. And that this is just one of those realities. And so at somewhere in the multiverse, there is a version of you living this vision. I genuinely believe this. And so it's totally getting off topic, but just to let, I don't even know why I mentioned that. But because, channeling that version of yourself, that's why. Channel that multiverse version of you that is living your vision already, that is achieving the goals that you want to achieve. Okay, so okay, gonna stick with language right now. So just like the first kind of using conscious language in that in all of the areas, like with your goals as well. Your goal is not I want this or I need this or something like this. It's I have this. I've done. I'm currently living this. And to genuinely feel like that, to genuinely feel that this is on its way to you, it'll make it easier. It's not just a phony statement, not just a phony affirmation of, yes, I am fully self-acceptance and all of this, when you actually don't feel that way. But when you start to get into this work, I mean, it's easier for me because I've been raised around this stuff. But to genuinely believe that this is all true, to genuinely believe this is all true, this is all happening, I genuinely know to my core, and though I don't know anything, but what I genuinely have experienced, what I believe to my core, and what I have a million things of proof towards is, that I believe that this is all true. I believe the universe is working in my favor, that it's conspiring in my favor, that everything I want, though it may not come to me the way that I think, everything I want in life, my vision is on its way. No matter what happens, I'm going to change the world. I know that. And I don't know how it's going to happen, but I just know. So it's really, moving away from language for a second, it's really important just to genuinely believe to your core. You're not just setting a vision to set the vision. You're not just setting a vision to put it out there. Okay, well, I'm putting it out to the universe. It'll come back. I'm putting it out there because Carmen's telling me to. That's not the way to. That's not why you do it. Putting it out there because you know, to your core, that it is on its way, and this is just a faster way to This is just a way to fast track it. And that's kind of the secret. That's the secret. And I'm moving in and out of manifestation talk, of law of attraction talk, because it's all intertwined. All of this is really related. Being that person is not somewhere here. You are that person right now. And how does that person behave, feel, act? And another thing is when you're brought to a decision you have to make, something huge, like a big life decision, or even something small, like, should I get out of bed this morning? Or like, should I get out of bed this morning, or should I hit snooze? Okay, so then the question is, how would a transcendent, powerful, generous leader respond to this? What would they decide to do? Or so that's, that's one way, or for my vision, like, how would a generous leader, whatever, all of these words, that ways of being that I want to be, transcendent, powerful, generous are my three main ones. How would that person respond to this situation? And chances are they would get out of bed at the first alarm. They would. And that's, when somebody says something to you that you feel you're in reaction mode. Okay, wait, but how would a transcendent, powerful, generous leader respond to this? Okay. Maybe I will respond in that way because that's who I am. And though I may not always feel that way, I am that person. I know that I am that person. I'm always channeling that person to some degree or another. So I'm going to now bring this back to the language. Just a few other things I need to say about this, or I get to say. Conscious language for everything, you guys. I try to stay away from the I needs to, and I have to, and move to I get to. So I get to tell you a little bit more about language. I'm blessed to. Another thing is the words that you're using and the declarations you're making are to be from a positive standpoint rather than a negative standpoint. And what I mean by this is, I'm going to suggest that you stay away from what you don't want and only focus on what you do want. So, again, I'm repeating what I've mentioned in past episodes, but what do you want exactly? And I noticed this a lot in the course from a lot of people, most people, talk about what they don't want. And so that, I want a life free of drama. I want a life with no more suffering, this kind of thing, right? And it's important to catch yourself when you're thinking these things, and to, especially when you're creating your vision, you're not going to want to add any of those things, okay? But what's the opposite of drama? What's the opposite of suffering? Joy. The opposite of suffering, I would say, is joy, happiness, freedom, something like this. That's what you want. Because what you focus on expands. What you focus on is what comes back to you. So if you're focusing on suffering, but you don't want suffering, the brain doesn't even hear the word don't. It just hears suffering. The mind is a powerful thing. Okay, so what do you want to attract? So I just wanted to add those small tips on conscious language to when you're creating your vision. Be mindful of the language that you're using in order to really make sure you're attracting what exactly it is that you do want. And I have a lot more on conscious language, and I'm not going to get too far into it. I just needed to add those because it's really relevant to your vision. But if you're interested in the conscious language topic, highly recommend just going to my other episode, I think 2 weeks ago or something. I talk about conscious language in more depth, and just research in general. Doesn't even have to be from my podcast, but conscious language is something every single day to practice. It's life-changing. And so this, I don't know, I think this is almost the end here, you guys. But I want to make sure that I'm covering everything. I think I'm just going to end this by, okay, I'll give you like a quick, because it's been a long episode, I'm going to give you just some homework steps just so you can have it all in one place. So if you need to come back, you can just come back to this section of the video, of the podcast. I'm at 41 minutes, so you can come back here and then you can have the prompts. So I'll do this and instead of writing it all down for you. So if you can wave a magic wand, what would you wish for? If you wave a magic wand, anything is going to come to you. Any way of being, okay? What if you could have, be, or do anything? What would that look like for you? Okay, what makes you excited? What are you passionate about? And it's okay if you don't have any specific passion, but what makes you excited? Everybody gets excited for something. It can be tiny, small, doesn't matter. What impact do you want to have on the world? And this is your whole life, okay? Doesn't matter how old you are. This is another thing to mention. Doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 95. You could be, I don't know, 7 years old. I don't know how old I don't know how, you're really never too young to start thinking about this stuff. I'm not sure when I started, but, so no matter where you're at in your life, what impact do you want to make? You're still making an impact on the world in some way every single day. So what would that look like? What's a legacy that you want to leave behind? Even if you don't want to have kids, even if you don't have kids, you're still leaving a legacy. You're still leaving an impact on the world. You're still leaving a legacy of your impact, your contribution to the universe, to the planet. What does that look like? And I know that some people may have huge visions that they want for the world, like to end global warming, and I know that that's a negative. So, to impact the world, the environment to a point where whatever it is that you want, huge goals, huge visions. But I know that a lot of the time, society and your parents or whoever will often say, you're dreaming too big. Come on, you're one person, you can't do that. But for me, I believe that no vision is too big. No matter what it is that you're looking to do, you can do it. And every day, this is the power of the course that I'm in as well, is that this course not only solidifies you, gets you crystal clear on what your vision is and what you want, but also action steps. Like it really forces you to take action, urgent action, every single day, and for the whole course basically. And it's almost like, I think it's like, it's impossible to not be living your vision by the end of that, or to not be